Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos, thanks to the continued support from Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering you a technical assistance line 7 days a week. In fact, how good is Shannons Insurance? A company ran by enthusiasts just like us. What a recipe. If you add your house insurance to your current car or bike insurance, you'll receive a 10% multi-policy discount. Pick up the phone and give Shannons a call when you get a moment on 134646. They have just so much to offer. You can also find out more at shannons.com.au. When you get to their website, have a look around. It is quite extensive. And whilst you're there, you can also sign up and become a member of the Shannons Club, where you can interact with other enthusiasts, share stories and photos. It's a lot of fun. Check them out, shannons.com.au. And if you've got an engine, well, you need Penrite Oil. What an incredible company, what a fantastic product. They've been around since 1926. They're Australian owned and they're a family run business. Penrite Oil also offer you a tech line where you can ring up, speak to a tech about the particular oil for your type of engine. Visit Penrite Oil at penriteoil.com.au. Penrite, simply a better class of oil. And on today's episode, I've travelled to Flemington Racecourse here in Melbourne, Victoria, and to think in a couple of hours from now, the area behind me is absolutely going to be chockers full of American-built cars. When it comes to American car shows, this is one of the largest and most prestigious here in Victoria. Welcome to the Shannons American Motoring Show. The Shannons American Motoring Show here at Flemington. What a venue. First cab off the rank. How are you, Don?
I'm good, thanks, Fletch. How are you?
I'm wonderfully well. How you been?
Yeah, very good, very good, yeah.
You've got to be good. 1960 Lincoln. When it comes to style and chisel work and design, I tell you what, you know, some of these early Lincolns were pretty hard to go past, weren't they?
They were, yeah. This model, the 1960, they come in really three models, the 58, 59 and 60. And the 1960 had the two-barrel carby on it, whereas the 58 and the 59 had a four-barrel. And according to the Americans, they reckon they were a bit heavy on juice, the 58s and 59s, but the 60s, yeah, look, it's a good economical car to run. We've had it for a couple of years now, and they got imported from the States and gone well.
Smooth driving with a four-barrel, that's the way to get the best economy, just to put your foot down and just leave it pretty well. Don't surge drive. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, stopping and starting in the traffic in the United States back in those times. I mean, I guess it'd be hard in some cases to drive them economically, but I mean, they were just a big, heavy car. Fuel was cheap. I guess it was just an easy trade-off at the time.
It was, Fletch, I think, yeah.
Okay, now this particular car here, as opulent as it is, look, it doesn't matter what angle you look at this car from, it looks fantastic. Of course, the power top. Now, that's an incredible thing.
It is. There's about 3 motors that work the top, and yeah, it works very well. I've just had the top motor repaired, and it's all good to go.
Don, it's, when we talk in terms of taking your top off, it takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does, Fletch, yeah.
How long have you had this car?
Oh, we've had it 2 years, or a bit over 2 years, but it come out of the States, and it was on a ship, and it went to actually went up to Japan originally, and then it come back down here on the same boat. So.
Mate, you're a young bloke stuck in an older bloke's body. Now, when did these big cars start interesting you?
Oh, probably about 15 years ago. We went to the States, and we passed a show there, and I seen a lot of cars at different places around the States, and that sort of took me by the. I was chasing originally I wanted a Cadillac, but they got a bit pricey, so I settled on a Lincoln.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. Yes, the Lincoln. I think they're coming into their own, I really do. I'm noticing there's a few more turning up
I suppose they're not a car that was probably imported when they were made, like in the 60s. So most of the Lincolns, the people in the club that have got Lincolns, they've already been imported. But look, parts are a bit hard to get because I get all my parts out of the States. But
Don, you've turned up here today. There's a whole line of Lincolns here so far, mate. You're doing the road proud. Good on you. Thanks for being on today's show.
Thanks very much, Fletch.
No worries.
Good to see you, show.
Thank you. Time for Frank now with a glorious 1962 Pontiac. How are you, Frank?
Not bad, Fletch.
That's the way, mate. Thanks for bringing this car here today.
No worries.
What I love about it is its sheer originality.
Yes, it's as original as we could keep it. We left it like that. We didn't want to change anything on it.
I love these early 60s greens. They're just back in a period all of their own.
Yeah, we took a while to find the colour, but we finally got down to the colour, glade green, and we done it all back to the original colours on the car too.
What I love about it, no one's got it, no one's dicked around with it, no one's tubbed it, just like how that would have looked back in its day. What can you tell us about the car, Frank, in terms of history?
My dad bought the car 28 years ago from Melton, sat in his garage, and up till about 12 months ago we decided to pull it out, pull it apart and restore it. So, and now this is our finished product between me and my dad.
Lurking under the hood, what's going on there?
It's a 283, just a stock standard motor. Yeah. All we've done is put a 4-barrel on it and kept it all original. Generator, everything. Yeah. So, as original as we can keep it.
Mate, you like your Pontiacs? You've got a few here today?
Yes, we got the red 60, the white 68, which Dad's had since brand new, and the 62, obviously.
No doubt about the GM cars. I have said this many times before. They ride so nice, don't they?
Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. Beautiful ride, coil suspension. It's real nice.
So, Frank, when it comes to Pontiacs, what is it that you love about them, and what would be your favourite car here today?
My dad's had the Pontiac since brand new, the 68, and I've got my two brothers which are into the old cars too, Pontiacs, and it's just something we've had in our family and we like them.
Yeah, that's good.
So
it's so good too. I mean, because they were your father's cars too, I mean, that just must mean so much more.
Oh yeah, very.
Right, Frank, thanks, mate. Enjoy yourself here today. What a venue here at Flemington Racecourse here in Melbourne, Victoria. Doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, hopefully the weather holds out and we have a nice day and there's a lot of cars.
Yeah, I just hope you do well, mate, when you back the winner on the first.
That's it. Right. Thanks a lot, Fletch.
No Moving through the day, what a fantastic one it is. We have Darren now from Penrite. How are you, Darren?
G'day, Fletch.
That's right, mate. Tell us one advantage that your company provides the person out there, the enthusiast looking for oil.
Well, a lot of enthusiasts these days do perform a lot of service and maintenance on their own vehicles, and a great thing that Penrite has to offer is our 7-day-a-week tech line. So we have an abundance of technical info on our website, and you can also phone through 7 days a week. Big advantage.
If it's got pistons, rods and oil, it can use the product, and there are so many different grades and you have to make sure that you're using the right one. It all gets back to experience, mate, and just being able to pick up the phone and have that at the other end. There's a lot in that.
Absolutely, and majority of the staff at Penrite are automotive, bike and marine enthusiasts, so any questions that anyone has, we would be delighted to take them, Fletch.
Good on you, Darren. Just in ending, mate, your thoughts here at Flemington? What an event.
Well, the weather's certainly come out shining today, mate, and it's been a great event to be a part of.
Good on you, Darren. For more information, of course, find the major sponsor via classicrestos.com.au. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, Fletch. See you, mate.
I hope you're really enjoying today's episode. You're watching the Shannons All-American Motoring Show, and you're watching it first on Classic Restos. Of course, thanks to Shannons Insurance and Penrite Oil. Back with more in just a moment. When it comes to opulence and style, the Cadillac's pretty hard to go past. Hello, Tony. How are you?
G'day, Fletch. Good to see you again, mate.
That's the way, mate. You're supporting two Cadillacs here today, but we're going to talk about the 1955, right?
Yes, Fletch. This is our beautiful 1955 Cadillac Coupe, and it's also part of our wedding business. It's the 59 Cadillac Star. And yeah, she's just a lovely old cruiser, Fletch.
1955, interesting, the high styling as opposed to the 59. They became lower, longer, sleeker, really approaching the jet era. Well, they were in the jet era, but I mean, hadn't put man on the moon by that stage. You could just see where their designs were coming from, couldn't you?
Yeah, look, they're very, very stylish car. Cadillac always had, very stylish cars. They always aim to be the top and the opulence of everything, and they certainly did it. But each individual Cadillac has its own style, and this is not separate. It's a really lovely old cruiser.
I think no matter when we talk about the big three at the top of the line of every model, they all had their own characteristics, but they all rode exceptionally well, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, all exceptionally well. All their own little characteristics, and just like women, they've got their own little intricacies, but beautiful cars.
And, women have always got to come into it with you, Tony, don't they?
Oh, yeah, of course, mate. Cadillacs and women always go together.
Well, they're like big pieces of jewellery, and I guess along those lines too, the ladies are attracted to these things. I mean, let's face it, when are they ever going to build a car like this ever again? I've got news for you, they're not. It's a lost era, it's never going to return.
No, they can never afford to build these sort of things again and put them, what the money, these things took. And in some cases, Cadillac actually lost money to create what they wanted to do. And they didn't care, they just wanted to be the top of the tree, and that's where they were.
Someone said to me a long time ago, they said, one of these cars, it's $1 million car, Fletch. And I thought to myself, wow, that's amazing, $1 million car. You can pick one up for 30 or 40 grand, but what they meant is exactly what you just said. If you went to manufacture one of these cars again, that's what it'd be. That'd be the price tag they'd have on it.
Yeah, every cent of it and more these days. And it's just unbelievable. And Detroit, what they produced in Detroit is unbelievable. You know what I like to do, Fletch, is just go cruising down Detroit and do one of your tours, Fletch, one day.
The Motown city of Detroit, the Woodward Dream Cruise, how awesome is it? An 11-mile stretch of road, 40,000 classic cars, 1.5 million people, and technically it's just for one day. But they make a week of it. There's just cars cruising 24/7 virtually. It's amazing.
I could make a year of it, Fletch.
Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours link for more information. Tony, what's lurking under the hood here? What powers this 55 Cadillac?
Look, it's only a really basic standard 331, which is just nice enough to move. It's a 2.5 tonne vehicle, believe it or not, Fletch. She's a very heavy vehicle.
And they move it with ease, don't they?
Yeah.
Just the torque, they just glide along.
Yeah, that's what you want. Just cruise along. It's not about a race to get there or anything like doing burnouts or anything like. It's enjoying the moment in that car and cruising.
They glide towards you, and once they've gone past, they've glad. They've glad. They glide towards you, then they've glad.
And they've left a statement. They've left a statement, Fletch.
Talk about a statement. Look at the inside here. Look at the interior, the thickness of the seats, the velour, just beautiful. And then showcased by that opulent dashboard.
Yes, and like the style all the way, in and out.
Absolutely. Tony, thanks very much. Great to catch up with you again, mate.
My pleasure, Fletch. Great to see you again.
Yeah, mate.
Keep on cruising.
Thank you. And keep up the great work in preserving these cars, because they truly are sensational, mate. Well done.
Nothing like Cadillac Star, mate.
With me now we have Ian, Chief Organiser. Ian, you play a big part in this. Tell us your title.
I'm actually the President of the Association of Motoring Clubs, and I'm the organiser of the event today.
You must feel pretty proud. The weather's been great. We've had some bad weather in the lead up to this event. I think we're very fortunate here today.
Yeah, we've been lucky with the weather because it's been very wet here in Melbourne this week, and it's come out the right time for us.
Tell us what the American show here at Flemington stands for, Ian.
Well, I think it's a great showcase for American vehicles here in Victoria. It's probably close to being the biggest American day in Australia, actually. We often get 1,000 vehicles at this event. In fact, last year there were so many we had to shut the gates. There were just so many cars, but I suspect it's probably the biggest American day in Australia.
Great venue as well.
Yeah, it's a top venue, the Racecourse here. It's set up for vehicles. You can't get much better, I don't believe.
Ian, do you see the numbers increasing each year? It's definitely growing.
Oh yes, it is. There's so many cars being imported to Australia. It's a growing area of the movement.
People want to be associated with your club. Have you got a website?
Yes, www.aomc.asn.
I think it's amazing, I really do. As Ian alluded to about the size of this event and where it's becoming. I remember being here some years ago and almost half the area was taken up. It is just so widespread now, and it really is a good accolade to Ian, the team, everyone that puts an event like this together.
Yeah, it's a really great day. It's very enjoyable. Get lots of cars, a really good day. Lots of people, lots of kids, it's really good.
All right, Ian, proceeds of the day, where's it off to?
Well, the proceeds are used by the association as their major fundraiser for the year, but as well as that, we also make a substantial donation to a local Lions club who help us here on the day. So they give it to one of their fundraisers. So the funds all go to a really good cause.
Good on you, Ian. I'll let you get back to it, mate. Keep up the great work, and well done for the 2014 American show here at Flemington. Well done.
Thanks, Fletch.
Fletch. Very well, Fletch.
That is good, that is good. When it comes to, in my opinion, sophistication and lines, you can't look past a 1959 Buick. For that matter, a 59, a 60, two incredible lines. The one that goes around the front of the hood and down the sides, and then there's another one that starts at the doors and runs through to the back and then concaves over the trunk lid. I just think it is totally unique.
It is. It's got the beautiful lines from the front to the rear, yes. And
Cadillac was known for the highest fins.
Yes.
Buick was known for the longest fins.
yes. But
I'm glad he's not disagreeing with me, and that's wonderful, because you've got to agree. I mean, what a magnificent looking car.
Yes.
What's the history of this particular car, Vic?
this car comes from New Jersey.
It's a tough part of the United States,
It
eh?
is, it
New
is.
Jersey, there, north of New York.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, from the country in New Jersey, yes.
It's been through a bit. I mean, the old girl needs a paint job, but it seems honest enough.
Yes, engine bay is beautiful, runs very well.
And they did three particular models too. They did the La Saba, the Invicta, and Electra. Yeah.
Yes, and Electra 225.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So do you feel pretty special with this car, Vic, or is it no big deal?
Special because I'm the only one with a 59 Buick. Every show I go. Yes.
Rare as rocking horse, aren't they?
Yes.
Victor, thank you for being on today's show, and I wanted to showcase the lines of this superb vehicle. Certainly on the hit list of the Fletch specials, I've got to say. It's one of my favourites.
Thank you, Fletch. No worries.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
If you love your American-built cars, plus some of the prettiest countryside in the world, why not consider a Fletch tour in 2014 to the beautiful Carlisle in Pennsylvania, United States of America. And thanks to Carlisle Events, you'll see three of the largest car shows in the world, with the Ford, GM and Chrysler Nationals. And then a return in August to the Motown city of Detroit to see the Woodward Dream Cruise. ClassicRestos.com.au. It all awaits you there when you click on the Fletch Tours icon. Back with more right after this. Time for a classic truck on today's show. How are you, Wayne?
Yeah, good, Fletch. Yourself?
Good, mate. Good. Having a good time?
Yeah, it's not a bad day. It's a good turnout. Thought it was going to rain. I didn't think anyone was going to turn up, but no, it's good. It's turned out good.
Ian and the whole gang, fantastic job of bringing this show together today.
Yeah, no, they've done a good job. Yeah, no, it's always a good turnout here. All the American cars come down. It's a good day. Yeah.
Trucks like yours lacing the paddock too. How beautiful is this?
Yeah, it's
when
not
it
bad.
when it comes almost like, you know, pimp my ride. Look what you've done here.
Yeah, no, it's good. I actually can't take credit for this one. I bought this one off a gentleman in Frankston, Anthony, that owns, I think it's Goodyear. And he bought it in, and yeah, no, it's a credit to him.
Well, it's good that you're keeping it this way.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. I get them out on sunny days, and if it starts raining now, it wouldn't worry me. I'd still drive it. It's not.
The colour is sensational. Just pops in the sun. I mean, it just looks so good.
Yeah, no, the red's really good. It stands out really good, especially under the night light. It looks really, really good. Yeah.
How does it drive as a truck?
Well, I got a Maloo Ute, and it drives as good as that. Yeah, right. It's got aircon in it. The aircon's really good. Like, the aircon's better than the Ute, and yeah, no, it's nice to drive.
Do you know the specs on the engine up front?
It's got a 350 Chev in it. It's been stroked.
You just put the loud pedal down and away you go, eh?
It's got full airbag suspension, and yeah, no, it drives really good. So
it's nice in the back. When are you intending in picking up your half ton of gravel?
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, maybe one day. Yeah, no, I want to put a tonneau cover on the back, so it's going to be flat with the lid, and then I want to get it on hydraulic so it lifts up, so that'll be good.
I just think it's so unique too that a truck like this back in 1955, who would have ever thought that the day would have come where someone got a hold of it and did this?
Mate, in the States, these are just like an old bomb. Yeah. You know, like they got the holes in there for when they used to back under their caravan, you know, their anarchies and just back in and they go away holidays. And yeah, no, yeah, someone's done a good job in the States.
Wayne, time to look at the interior. Beautiful seats going on there, mate. And I've got to comment on the console that's been done. How cool is that?
Oh, they've done a good job. They've done red ostrich leather interior. It's got full electric seats. It's got air conditioning in it, tilt steering wheel column. They've done a really good job.
I love the, talking of the tilt steering column too, chrome highlighted in the background there, the dash cluster. There's something about these trucks. The mid-50s, late 50s, something about them, isn't there?
Oh yeah, they do it. They just look good when they're done up. This one's done really well. Yeah, no, someone spent some time on it. So no, I think the car has only done about 6,000 k's since it's been built. So no, it goes good. It's a nice car, Fletch. Really nice.
Good on you, Wayne. Well, thanks for having on today's show, mate, because there's not too many trucks here today, mate. So certainly
I might get a trophy. Who knows? Hey,
it
maybe
looks-
the first in 20 years of car shows.
it looks a picture in the paddock here today, mate. Well done.
No worries. Thanks, buddy. Cheers. You have a good day.
Thank you. How's this for a rare Ford bird? A 1970 Cyclone GT designed by Jack Telnack back in 70 and 71. He was actually requested to come to Australia to help out and assist the styling department. The thing that I love about this car is the striking resemblance between XA, B and even XC Falcon. When you look up the front of the tops of the guards, striking similarity across the tops of the doors and even the door handles as well. You're looking at XW, XY. It's interesting to see how much American influence flowed on through to the Australian designs. Around the back, the trunk is very, very two-door, and also the rear lights of XA resemblance is quite amazing as well. In fact, these lights here are so big, it's almost like the XA tail lights on steroids. And you can see where the design came from in so many ways. Also, side profile, the Coke bottle style up the side, which resembles early coupes in this country in the early 1970s as well. The grille is something incredible, known as the Gunsight Grill, and stands without any more words needed there, with its distinctive gun sight right in centre. A view looking down on the top of the hood is quite astounding as well. What other car gives you that much shape, especially when we're talking in 1970 and 1971? Also for 1970, very striking under the hood when we look at cubic capacity, because here there's 429 cubic acres running around everywhere. There's enough torque here to pull your house off its foundations. The Cobra Jet 429, what an incredible engine. When you look at a car 1.5 tonnes and 429 cubic inches up under the hood, fed by one single 4-barrel carburettor, it certainly seems a dinosaur, but the torque that these things produced was absolutely amazing and made these cars quite fast for what they were. Give these cars a tall rear gear and they'd be 120, 130 miles an hour all day long. I think one of these cars is definitely worthy to be on today's show, simply because there weren't that many made, and it really was the end of the muscle car era as we knew it. Pretty soon after these were built, power was going to drop off pretty rapidly. It's nice to see some of these big, powerful birds still preserved. What a way to end today's show. A 1957 Cadillac, but it's a Cadillac with a difference. How are you, Eddie?
Good, Fletch.
Mate, this is an incredible car. Tell us what you know history-wise.
History-wise, I've owned it for 2 years. I got a major shock when I got it to Australia. A friend of mine usually buys cars for me in the States, but this one I bought on my own, and when it came to Australia, you couldn't talk to me for a week because there was no front floors in the car. Shocking.
It was like a Fred Flintstone model.
It was.
Yeah, but you had to get that repaired, didn't you?
Sure did.
Yeah. Okay, so look, worth it in the end. I mean, as I just said, an incredible car. What's the story with Elvis Presley apparently owning the same model?
Yes, Elvis Presley had one identical to this one. The only difference that there was had fender skirts. There is a video out on YouTube with the picture of Elvis in the car with the fender skirts.
Has the interior been redone?
It totally redone.
Okay, so we are talking a classic resto here. There's no two ways about this. In every way, no stone unturned. An opulent car at its very best. The interior, absolutely incredible. Back in 1957, pretty safe to say this car would look pretty well as it does now?
Pretty much so, except for the interior colour. The interior colour was like a pale blue, but seeing I'm going to spend the money, I may as well something I like.
Yeah. Big car, heavy car, not all about performance, but how does it go?
It's smooth. Doesn't perform, but it is.
I mean, it's like a Kenworth going bobtail, then putting 25 tonne on the back of it, isn't it? Just smooths it right out.
That's right.
Yeah. So how does it make you feel, Eddie? You're driving around, you've got the hat on there, you're in theme with the car. Hey, almost like a gangster look in a way.
Happy as Larry, and I really enjoy the car.
The history of these Cadillacs, just amazing. I mean, presidential type cars as well. They were used by people of the highest status.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. This one is not a limousine because it hasn't got the divider window, but it's a sedan. It seats 8 people legally.
Have some good parties in it, Eddie.
Apparently so.
Apparently, he's yet to do so. Well, mate, thanks for catching up and hanging around here. We're at the end of the day here at Flemington today. Thanks for hanging around, mate, because, wow, like I said, what a way to end today's show. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks, Fletch. Nice show.
Well, there you have it. Just some of the Shannons All-American Motoring Show here at the Flemington Racecourse in Melbourne, Victoria. And I'm sure you'll agree that Ian and his team have done a wonderful job in bringing this event together. Now, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, finding out information on a Fletch tour, and of course how my major sponsors can help you as well. Until next week, no matter where you're watching from, as I say at the end of every show, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.